Hey, this is the Entertainment Advice Channel. What I want to talk about today is the topic of how to make music people actually like. So for this video, I'm going to explain in a simple and straightforward way how to make music that people would actually enjoy, for that matter, in a simple and straightforward way so anyone can understand it. So if you are interested in knowing how to make music people actually like if you're interested in making music and stuff and you're starting out, then watch this video in order to find out, okay? So now that I've mentioned that, let's get started. So when it comes to the topic of how to make music people actually like, the answer to that question is actually a very simple one. The best way to do it is to observe, okay? And when it comes to observe, you observe the best way you do it nowadays, which is by sharing your music online with people. And through sharing your music online with people, you'll get a better idea of what people like and what people don't like, okay? And that is the honest truth, okay? Because the truth of the matter is, when it comes to music, okay, and making music, okay, anyone who's actually knows about music, specifically for this video, we're talking more specifically about beat making, not necessarily lyrics, but just making beats specifically for any music genre, whether rock, rap, pop, whatever, okay, which is what we're covering for this video, how to make beats people actually like. The truth of the matter is, one of the biggest things people don't understand when it comes to making beats is the easiest part is learning how to make beats, or I should say becoming good at making beats, okay? Actually being able to make something that actually sounds like a proper beat. The hard part is making beats actually other people like, okay? And that is the honest truth for that matter, okay? And that is the very, 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 very truth when it comes to why most musicians fail, okay? Most people fail because they don't understand how to translate something that they like into something other people like, okay? And that's why a lot of people end up getting fucked over badly, okay? And that's the honest truth, okay? So now that I've explained that point, let's go further into detail to explaining how you be observant, okay? Well, when it comes to observation, obviously what you'd have to do is post a series of beats. I don't know what websites they have. You can post your beats to share it with people, like maybe DeviantArt, because I know DeviantArt lets you share other things aside from just pictures. But whatever, the point is that I'm certain with this internet age we live in now, you can find a website where you can share your beats to get people's, perspective on it, okay? That is the honest truth, okay? To be quite blunt and honest with you, okay? So whatever place you go, just simply figure out a place you can share your beats, and not just share your beats, but observe what people like, okay? Because the truth of the matter is, okay, when it comes to observation, in the case of music, okay, the things you want to look for is a few basic things that make up music, okay? Everything from the types of instruments, the types of chord progressions, the types of scales, and the types of rhythms, okay? There is actually a bunch, and I mean a bunch of different variables, okay? But those are just some of the main ones, okay? When it comes to making music, okay? The truth of the matter is, you have to, when you're making music, you have to start observing what people like, okay? So if you are sharing your beats, okay, do you notice that music that, for example, that tends to maybe sound a particular way, like it tends to, use particular chord progressions, particular scales, and even just down to particular, of course, rhythm patterns tend to get more approval. And that's what I'm talking about here. You have to be observant, okay? You have to kind of catch on to what people like and what people don't like, okay? Because even though if you post whatever you post, there's going to be someone who likes it. What we're obviously, like music, like anything in the world, what we're focusing on is what is going to make you poppin', popular in other words, okay? Like what the majority of people like, and that's what I'm trying to say here. You have to have that intuition, okay? You have to have that ability to understand what is it that I can make that other people are actually going to enjoy. And what you would want to do is start observing, okay? over time, okay? Like anything, it will take some time for, of course, to work for that matter, okay? But it is definitely something that can happen. You just have to catch on to it, okay? To be quite blunt and honest with you, in honesty, okay, you have to catch on to it, because like anything in the world, there's a pattern, okay, to it, okay? There's a pattern to what people like and what people don't like. If there wasn't a pattern to things, then they wouldn't have these companies, like for example, food companies hire these people to test food out, you know, for that matter, as well as another example being movie theaters. They wouldn't tell people to test movies out by watching them to see if the movies were actually good, as well as, of course, you know, having people, you know, even just straight up, even of course TV shows, you know. That's what I'm trying to say here, to put it bluntly, okay? You have to be observant, okay? You have to notice that there is a pattern for what people like, okay? For that matter, okay? That is the honest truth here, to be honest with you, based on certain basic fundamental principles of people, okay? And that is the honest truth here, to be quite blunt and honest with you. So you have to catch on to that, okay? And that is the truth, okay, to be quite blunt and honest with you. So when it comes to the topic of course, no surprise, music is no different, okay? Specifically in this context, beat making, you know? You know, you have to be observant, okay? You have to catch on. Like when I tend to post maybe songs that tend to have this particular sound, you know, like these particular chord progressions, these particular scales, and the biggest one of all, of course, rhythm. That tends to have this particular rhythm pattern, it tends to receive a better reception. It tends to get more stars, you know, and stuff. And not just this, does it get more stars, it tends to also get more views. And that's what you have to do. It is a hard process. It would probably easily take months to maybe even years, easily for most people at least, to start really truly becoming good at a skill. But the truth of the matter is, it is definitely something you have to figure out, okay? To be quite blunt and honest with you, if you truly want to make music people like, okay? And that is the honest truth, okay? Because a lot of people, when they make music, are just gonna say, you know, when they make music, oh well, you know, I don't know if I have it in me and this and that. I don't know if I have the ability to make a song that becomes a hit or something, or the ability, more like in this case, you know, to become someone who has the ability to understand what people like, so they become a really big music producer. In other words, a beat maker and all that type of stuff, you know. To be honest with you, but the truth is, most of those people who say that stuff haven't learned these things. If anything, pretty much everyone doesn't understand these things. You have to be observant. You have to notice what things people like, okay? Let alone what type of taste your audience particularly has. Because not everyone in the world likes everything, you know, even if it's well produced, you know. Some people, you know, like this, some people like that. It varies, okay? But what you can notice is that there are different main fundamental types of taste people have in things, okay? And obviously you have to figure out, for whatever audience you have, what taste do they have in things? And that's what I'm talking about. And once you figure that out, you know, you have to start being observant and figuring out what they tend to like, you know, and stuff. And as soon as you know it, it's gonna work. And not just work, it's going to pay off big time, and you're going to make something that people like. And no, to answer your question, if you're wondering, it does not have to sound like what everyone else is doing on the radio, okay? You know, because everyone talks about music today sucks and this and that, you know, so I don't know if this is a good idea, you know, because the music doesn't sound like what everyone else is doing. No, that's actually incorrect, okay? You can still make music other people would like, but also be original, okay? Actually, if anything, this will make it more likely people can be original, because they can have an idea of what people like, okay? For that matter, to put it bluntly, okay? And that is the honest truth, okay, to put it bluntly. Without, of course, sacrificing creative integrity by just sounding like what everybody else, for that matter. So in short, if you want to learn how to make beats that people like, you know, then definitely, absolutely, 100% take this advice, and trust me, it will pay off. And that is the honest truth, okay? So this is my video. this is all I have to say about the topic. And just to end this off, this video is very helpful for people, who want to make music. And I definitely think for all the people who say that music nowadays is not as good as it used to be and all this type of stuff, videos like this is the best way we can resolve this problem, to put it bluntly. So that is the honest truth here. So if you're interested in making music and you want music to come back, then definitely take my advice and we can help make music actually become good again. And the music, as a result, that you hear on the radio and everywhere won't suck ass like it does now. And that is the honest truth, okay? So this is all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. And just remember, if you like this video and videos like this, remember to thumbs this video up and hit the subscribe button. And this is all I have to say. And simply put, I'm out. So bye.